Hello everyone, we may have some leaked news just a little bit before the actual full reveal of NHL 19, which is happening at the awards night in Las Vegas. It's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I guess. So does that mean everyone needs to leave their trophies there? Now, everything I'm about to say, I want this quick little provisor. This comes from a website and it is not 100% source, obviously. A lot of what they're reporting makes sense, and a lot of what they're reporting also definitely lines up with all the rumors and speculation. However, it's not 100%, so obviously we'll need to wait for Vegas to get the full reveal and all that sort of tidbit. Anyway, Beer League Talk has come out with a lovely article saying everything that's pretty much going to come out tomorrow and all the news and everything, and I'm super excited, except it could be better. So as they say in the article, they have a very reliable source that has given them this information. Why wouldn't you tell me this? So let's run through the article, eh? If you do want to read it, it's in the description down below and you can just click away and read that, but wait till you get to the end of the video and make sure you hit subscribe and like first. First up, pond hockey. Now, as I go through these, I'm going to sort of say what my realistic expectations of this actually being in the game. This one's probably 10 out of 10. I think this is a lock. If you go by the picture of the trailer, boom, and then the little guy playing in the pond, this makes sense that this would be on there. It does mention in the article 1v1v1 gauntlet mode, where I don't know, there's like 3 goals. That seems weird. I wouldn't be surprised if it is like a 1v1 option and you can be like a 1v1 shipment bro. Or 1v1 Rust Bro, you know, the old COD days. I wouldn't be surprised if something like, you know, an esportsy sort of game sort of comes out of that where, you know, scores can be settled nice and quickly after you just, you know, send it an abusive message because someone beat you in HUT. So the line is, showcase your skill and progress along for outdoor arenas, outdoor locations, gear, and those sort of things, and obviously levels as well. And there's no rules, no stoppages, and no breaks, and no stop from the fun. I'm assuming this is a very quick game as well. I have a feeling like maximum it's going to last like 3 to 5 minutes. Next up, Legends. So it looks like they've signed 600 Legends. I mean, I'm assuming it includes a lot of Legends that they've already signed, but yeah, 600 Legends apparently have been signed for the next game. I would say this is a pretty good chance of happening. HUT kind of needs an injection of new players, and they can't really make the AHL players better ranked than the NHL players, so here's a good way to get around that. 600 players gives you, 600 more players that have an 85 plus rating. Now, bear in mind these players may not have high ratings all the time. They may have completely different cards and sort of go up and down like the normal cards do. And I would kind of think that that's probably something that's going to happen. It does mean Team of the Week doesn't need to fill out its roster with bronze players and silver players. Sure, you can have a line or two or maybe a couple of them, maybe just filling out one line that are are handy there and here and there, but that means you can have a line of Legends and release them slowly on top of the ones that we already get. The other thing the article mentions is that you can play classic teams, so you can go play the great ones, 1984, Oilers if you want, or I'm sure you can play the Islanders dynasties, those sort of things. So it's a lot of fun if you can go back in time, similar to the NBA 2K. I believe those games have like previous teams, at least the one year that I played that. Anyway, so it adds another dynamic to the game that, I mean, a lot of people probably aren't going to play. I feel like this is more for HUT, and they just need an organic way to put these players in. It might be something in HUT also where you can verse these teams, so there's something else that I can kind of think of. I can't see. The only thing I can think of is that people do a franchise mode with these players, or like as this team in like modern day or something like that. That's something else I could feel them doing, or maybe like a Beer Pro with these players already loaded in, like you don't have to build them yourself. Then we have real player motion tech. Now this is probably 100% something similar to this is in the game. We see it every year. There's some picture of like Eddie Lack just pinballed with things and how the goalies are going to improve, and then, well, yeah, I mean, we all just played that game for a year. Let's face it, the goalies did not improve. But it means, they might have the skating look a little bit better, and hopefully it starts to move to a bit more fluid transitions, especially with puck pickups. That's probably been the biggest complaint that I see on Twitter, is that they still haven't really fixed everything yet when it comes to puck pickups and those sort of plays. So it will be interesting to see. Like, I think a lot of what's written there is more press junket sort of stuff, and this is why I think this article might be real. Because this sounds like something very EA, where like every year we hear about like how they're fixing the defensive AI and goalie AI. I mean, that happens every year. They've been fixing that for the last 9 years. and you get the little press junket thing of like how, you know, oh, you get the edge, you know, you get the run off the edge of your skating and the acceleration and the burst. It sounds very like press junket more than it sounds like someone making something up. I feel like this is something very hard to make up. So this is why I think this article's somewhat true. Maybe some of the names are different, especially with this next one. Be a Beauty. Now, I don't think this is what it's going to be called. I hope it's not going to be called this. Please don't call it Be a Beauty. I wouldn't be surprised if they go like Be Shell or something, because everyone plays like online Shell, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this mode is this. Pretty much it's eShul. It is eShul, but on steroids. So you get the old FIFA sort of progression system where you get to unlock things and sort of build up your player overalls, by what I can gather by this article. You can unlock a whole host of things, and there's lots more to do than usual. You obviously have the outdoor side of things, you'll have the 3-on-3s, you'll have the 5s, oh, 6s. You'll have a lot more to be able to do in this game mode, and hopefully the servers are just a little bit better as well. I feel like it's a great transition. Probably the only thing I'm really hoping for is that this transition to be a pro as well, where you get to sort of take this guy offline and he's there and he's sort of progressing still the same. So it kind of marries up the two a little bit. So say you're struggling offline, you can play a few games online, get some stats up and then go back offline, or vice versa. If you're really underdeveloped online, you feel like you're not doing as well, play a few games offline, you know, get some player boosts, head back into eShul, and away you go. The only thing that could ruin this is pay to play. I feel like if you pay to be able to get ahead by a huge margin, I understand skipping a little bit or unlocking some, you know, yellow tracksuit or something, that's fine. But I feel like that could ruin it if day one people are 99. It also mentioned something called Pro-Am. I'm not sure what that is. I'm assuming it's like some professional, like pro thing. I know that the esports tournament just finished, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start to dip a little bit more of a toe in that, as this game probably has a potential, if it works out some bugs, to really be one of those esports staples. But we'll kind of see how that works in the eShul landscape. But it could be some fun. Last but not least, express yourself. This is something I could see in the game, but I don't know to this degree. Apparently there's 900 different models and face characters and like hoodies and all this lifestyle gear that you can wear. I don't know how they'll work with like the Adidas hoodies and all those sort of things as it reports here. Like this is the one thing I'm a bit skeptical on. I can see it in the 1v1v1 mode, which just sounds ludicrous. But like you couldn't really have that in a game, maybe a practice with your team or something like that, or maybe like it's your load screen, let you dude in an Adidas hoodie. And let's face it, people only buy Adidas because Nike's too expensive. So that'll be interesting, but I'm pretty happy to get a whole bunch of different models and a whole bunch of different things that can come in with the game, because it's getting pretty sad that you see the same people online every single year. Like it's the same eShul characters, everyone looks all the same, it all looks like some inbred families all started a team together, and it just looks weird. Anyway, that is the whole video, so I guess we'll see in a few hours if all of this is true or not. I wouldn't be surprised if a few things are off, you know, Chinese whispers, things get lost in translation, those sort of things. Plus, I mean, this is where they got all their information from. So, I mean, it's not a trusted source, is it? More like a barbecue kind of man, or like an English brown sauce. I'm not more of a ketchup tomatoey sauce person. Anyway, what do you guys think of the video? What do you guys think? Is this gonna be what we expect in a couple of hours? Is it gonna be what you want? Are you gonna buy the game if this is what it is? Put that in the comments down below. Also, your favorite type of sauce. Sweet and sour sauce on nuggets, that's pretty damn good. That's a good sauce. That is a good quality sauce. Even like in your older age, like sweet and sour sauce still stands up. I'm talking about sauce now. Make sure you hit sub, like, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day. See you, and